Here with Rada Rann. What's good, Rada?
What's up, man? How you doing?
So what y'all going on today?
We got some guys sparring today. Probably gonna be up next later, but you know, just getting some work in, some quality work.
How many rounds you gonna get in today?
We're going in for a 4. I have a hard time with 4. I got working my cardio, but we're going in for a 4.
Oh, 4. You're amateur, right?
Yeah, amateur. Yeah.
All right. So what y'all used to go on? 3 rounds?
What's up for amateur?
Yeah.
Yeah, 3 rounds. It's 2 minutes each round.
How long you been boxing?
So I started when I was like 17, but like it was always on and off. I was never like consistent with it. But actually, I first started out with like kickboxing and MMA. I started getting serious with boxing probably a year or so ago. So I would say like on and off for a few years.
What's the biggest difference between kickboxing, MMA, and actual boxing?
Biggest difference is like, you know, what MMA is like, it's a mix of different martial arts. Like you got the ground, you got the wrestling, you got the kicks. With kickboxing, you know, you obviously got the kicks and the hands, the elbows and the knees. With boxing, even though it's just the hands, I feel like it's like what they call it, the sign is a sweet sign. So I feel like with boxing, even though it's just the hands, it's probably a little harder just because you got to worry about like it's a lot more timing involved, I think, and but I love it. I think boxing, out of all of those mixed martial arts, I think boxing is probably my favorite.
Is that the one you're gonna stick with?
Yeah, for sure, 100%.
Now you coming off like a couple of straight victories in the amateurs. I've been watching your Instagram.
Yeah.
How you feeling?
I feel great. I got a good amount of momentum with me. I lost my first one, and I think that just threw me to like, you know, go back to the drum boards and train a lot harder. But I got 2 straight wins right now. I'm gonna just try and keep that up. But regardless, like wins or losses, I feel like it's just the experience for me. Like I don't really care about the wins as much as I do with the losses. I'm just here to try and, you know, improve and get better, become a better fighter. What
did you change from your first loss as opposed to these last 2 wins?
So basically, we went back to the drawing board, and we found out where we basically realized like I needed to be a little more active, needed to throw a lot more volume. And my opponent, I mean, he was no slouch. He was real good. He was real aggressive. So that played a role in it too. But I don't know, just being a little more active and, you know, throwing a lot more volume, especially with the amateurs. That's the big difference between the amateur and the pros. With the amateurs, you know, you got to rely on like a lot more volume and throwing more punches and being more active. Whereas with the pros, you could sit there, you could stand there a little bit, and you could pick your shots. But that's, I think the main thing was, you know, going back and just letting my hands go more. And obviously listen to my coaching more too.
Hey, yo, you look like a puncher. Like I was looking at your legs, bro. You got Manny Pacquiao legs.
So if everybody says that, I mean, I'm just rolling with it. You know, if they want to call me Pacquiao, man, I feel like it's big disrespect to Pacquiao, man. But like, you know, I'm just rolling with it. You know, they call me that because I got big calves, but you know.
Speaking of Pacquiao, he got a fight coming up on Saturday.
Yeah.
He's fighting Yordenis Ugas.
That's this Saturday?
Yeah, this Saturday. Who wins that fight?
I don't know too much about the other guy. I know he's a dangerous opponent. I gotta say Pacquiao. I think he still has it, even though he's a little older now. He still got it. His skills, his speed, his volume, his angles. I think he'll be able to get the job done.
How you see that ending? Decision, stoppage, what?
To be honest, I think it could go either way. I think the other guy, he's probably bigger, so he could probably take his punches. He could probably take shots well, but I want to see a knockout from Pacquiao. I think he could do it.
Okay. Thanks, Rada. I appreciate it.
Thank you, bro.